George replied, some Puerto Rican guy. I know things are dark already, but they take it some parents from another town show. Story on the news. We're so sorry to hear about your loss. We realized the because we certainly didn't do it. No. Just for a little bit of context here, John and Patsy Ramsey are a real killer. So, yeah, they're not the only people using Chris and Linda's cover story, though. Hey, guys.
Jay's wife was killed by some Puerto Rican guy, too.
Yep. Butters, meanwhile, makes his way back home to surprise his mom and dad on their anniversary. Wait, you realize cover-ups on the anniversary? Not now, Butters. Completely innocent in the years since this episode aired. Now, sure, you may think they got off lightly, but take a listen to how Chris and Linda's speech is edited. First for Gary. Thing that you're not telling us, you slimy scumbag liar! Murderer! Confess! Liar! You know, and that's what people would be saying to us, and so basically calling them 100% guilty is a bold choice, and in this case, it backfired for Trey and Matt. So much so that in 2011, they went on record saying they regret how Con and Andy were portrayed in this episode. It might not be the episode that's aged the worst, but if the boys regret it, you know it's bad. But that's only the first half of our poorly aged first round, as up to bat for Family Guy is the episode Life of Brian. I know that some of you guys cringed when I said the title then. Well, that's why it's on a list like this. It starts like any other episode, Stewie and Brian on one of their time travel adventures where they almost get killed. Little paleface. After that narrow escape, Stewie decides he's turning his back on time travel, and to prove it, he dismantles his time machine. That's the end of the line for Brian. He ends up dying due to his injuries, and the family has to say goodbye.
Oh my God, Brian, no!
Damn it, Brian, you can't die. We were going to do so many things together. But it's not long before the family says hello to a brand new dog called Vinny.
So what do you say?
Okay, sure, it's a little soon after Brian dies, but hey, moving on is moving on, and the family needs that dog dynamic. So Vinny's a Griffin for the foreseeable future, right? Wrong. It might have looked permanent, but Brian was brought back to life no less than 2 episodes later when Stewie realizes an old version of himself time traveled to the ball. So, to Vinny, he hunts the version of himself down and gets the pad back. Mainly thanks to Vinny.
That is where you are wrong, my friend.
If Stewie's going to go back to the past and undo the present, that means Vinny will never be a Griffin because Brian doesn't die. To be fair to Vinny, he takes it like a champ.
A man's best friend, not some stupid baby's best friend, right?
And after everything that happens with Brian in the future, honestly, they should have kept Vinny. Stewie goes and saves Brian from that maniac driver. What the hell? Some of you might be thinking, Brian's value, why did it age so poorly? Well, as we saw 2 episodes later, the show just holds a middle finger up to the fans. Like, people bought Brian's death and started warming up to Vinny, only to have the rug pulled from under them. Seth MacFarlane even went to Twitter after the Christmas Guy episode to say he'd have to be high to think about really killing Brian. Nice going, Seth. Way to make your fans lose trust and never care about anything in case you change it in 2 episodes' time. Plus, in retrospect, the entire episode of Life of Brian is just fucking meaningless. So let's head on over to the next round of episodes. Let's head on back to Colorado for our next terribly aged episode, Mr. Garrison's Fancy New. As far as titles go, can't say it's the strongest of starts, but the episode itself gets underway with Mr. Garrison about to go under the knife.
Hello, Mr. Garrison. I'll be performing your surgery today. God bless you, doctor.
And no, he's not there for a bit of liposuction. He's there to medically transition from male to female, if you get what I mean. He's always felt like a woman trapped inside a man's body, so this is a chance for him to feel like his true self.
And I can now discard it.
So long, Mr. Garrison's change goes pretty smoothly, and she can't wait to tell everyone how freeing being in her new body feels.
I'm one of you now. Wow, just look at all these tampons. I can't wait till I get my first pair.
Most people in town refuse to accept the new version of Garrison, and some are even pretty vocal about it.
James, I'm taking you boys out of that school. Gerald, that is very close-minded of you. How are we supposed to explain this to our children? It's very simple. You see, Kyle.
Well, Kyle's dad's worry about Garrison's operation setting a bad example for the kids she teaches does actually come true, but not in the way you'd expect.
The doctor who gave Mr. Garrison said he can make me tall and flat. What?
Obviously, Kyle's dad is furious about a doctor telling his son that he can be converted into a tall black dude, so he marches down into his office to give him a piece of his mind. But I got a feeling he's going to come around to the idea of surgery himself.
Oh, you like dolphins. I love dolphins, but that has hardly any bearing on what I'm here to. I can make you one.
Surely he's going to report this wacko dog to the authorities or something. He's not going to actually have dolphin surgery, right?
Daryl, that doctor is a miracle worker, Sheila. Like, your daddy's a dolphin.
Yeah, so if Kyle's dad had surgery, he can hardly tell his son not to do it himself. So that means that Kyle goes under the knife to change races and get a little taller. I'm not sure there's a word in the English lexicon to describe that. I don't think I was prepared throughout all my years of life to accurately describe what the frick just happened. Anyway, to make Kyle taller, the doc has made some new extended knees for him. Not of the least products from Garrison's former family jewels, mind you. And let's just say they aren't strong enough to withstand a slam dunk. Kyle gets whisked away to the hospital with his dad to be put back to his original race in original species. This episode aired 20 years ago, and it's fair to say we've come a long way in 2 decades. Looking back on this episode now, I mean, seeing that nearly everyone in town was revolted by the idea that someone could change
Help me. Entren. Girl, I'm tired of living here. What happened?